Hi, I thought I'd do a couple more in-box reviews, try and catch up on a few things I've been meaning to do for a while. And I thought we'd start off with the Eduard limited edition SBD 5 Dauntless 148 scale. Fantastic looking box art as always with Eduard, particularly their special edition kits. Looks like we've got 5 colour options, which is always a good thing, so that's nice. Kit number 1165, pretty much the same information on the side there. We've got a bit of information here, X-Accurate Miniatures plastic parts, Eduard photo etch accessories and painting masks, so that basically means the colour cockpit stuff. But what's really nice here is the Brazing wheels and then rather nice looking rear gunners machine guns, so that's a good thing. And of course we can't go wrong, we've got cartograph decals, and it actually says there for 5 markings, and this is obviously Eduard 2016 on here. It's quite a new kit. Let's get her open, let's have a look, see what we've got inside. We'll start with the instructions. Put this over here for a minute. Usual Eduard instructions. We've got a nice bit of information on the aircraft in all in English, in fact. Nice glossy brochure, proper thing, stapled and everything. And then we crack straight on with the parts call out, and obviously the bits and pieces you get here. We get the colour photo etch. We've actually got some sort of just standard photo etch there as well by the looks of things. Resin wheels, machine gun, tail, including what looks to be the tail wheel. Not sure why there's 2 parts, but that's a right and a left, but we'll see. Colour call outs here, sort of Aquarius, Mr. Colour only. Unfortunately, it'd be nice if they started to include perhaps Vallejo and some other bits in there, but never mind, I'm sure we can work out the colours. And then that's pretty much standard. We crack on with the cockpit, obviously showing you where the photo etch parts are going to go. Looks to be quite a detailed, even looking at the plastic parts from here, it looks to be quite a detailed cockpit. Got a lot of sidewall detail, bits and pieces here going on. I assume this is radio equipment here probably. Yeah, there's quite a few steps even just to build the cockpit. Then go to the turret for the gun, then the main fuselage halves go together there. A bit of photo etch for the seat belt, which is great. Wing, bottom of the wing, tops of the wings, engine, some machine guns here to the top. Obviously here we're going to hack off the wheel. Only one piece seems to be for the tail wheel, and we've got a hook there as an option, and it obviously indicates which markings need which bits, which is quite handy. We then go on to the sort of some ordnance underneath, some bombs there, the flaps. Unfortunately these are photo etch, I think they are plastic parts, which would have been nice to see in this. Sorry, you can't see that down there. The actual sort of dive brakes would have been nice to see them perhaps in photo etch, but never mind, I'm sure the plastic will be pretty good. Then we really go on to the obviously the Brazing gun here we're building up. Well, in fact the resin parts are actually for the gun. They look like wheels, but they're not. Cockpit canopy clear parts, quite a bit there. Could be some masking to do there. It looks like you can have the option of a sort of whole one piece, or have the cockpit slid back. I imagine if you've got the photo etch in there and the cockpit looks good, you're going to want to expose it and get it so you can have a good look in there. Masking instructions, including wheel masks. As you can see, there is quite a lot of masks there, so that's going to be fun. Then we crack straight onto the different variants here. This one is in the glossy blue with the intermediate blue white underneath. Nice looking aircraft. Here we've just got dark gold grey with white. We've then got again the gloss intermediate blue. What's nice here, we get an olive drab version, so let's bring that up so you can see that a bit better. If you fancy something a bit different, it's quite unusual to see a Dauntless in the olive drab, so maybe something a bit different. And then we've actually got a Western French version here, which is again quite nice, but it's in the standard glossy blue, intermediate blue and white, which interestingly, just something as a little sideline, I'm going to be, when I do get around to building it, I'm going to be using some of these, which is basically the 3 colours you need, the glossy blue, the intermediate blue, and there's a blue sea grey. There's plenty of white options out there, so that would cover, that's a Mr. Colour set. That'd be quite useful. We've then got Deco Placement for the stenciling. What's nice is there isn't a lot of stenciling there, so if you're the sort of person that doesn't like doing a lot of stenciling, then great. You've really got your main, obviously your main Deco Placement on here, and then just a few, relatively few stencils there, so that's good. Cool, so that's the instructions. Right, let's crack on with the plastic here. We've got a number of, we've got 3 clear bags with sprues, plastic sprues, grey sprues. We've then got 1 clear parts, and then we've got the other bits and pieces in there. Interestingly, it also is moulded with pride in Korea on there, and I think somewhere it probably does tell us that it's accurate miniatures. Let's open it up and see what we got here. We'll start with the wings, top and bottom. Okay, so the first thing we notice is there doesn't appear to be any flash. It's pretty much flash free. I'm not sure the date of the original mould here for accurate miniatures. Maybe we'll find out one of the parts. But it's been around a while. Nice detail actually, nice recessed panel lines, fairly subtle, not too deep. Nice bit of detail on here. It's all fairly crisp. Again, on the upper wings, hopefully the camera can pick that up for you quite nicely. It's all recessed, nice and clean, nice and crisp. No, that's going to look good. So that way. We've then got various parts. I think these are probably for the sidewalls, the cockpit. Again, doesn't appear to be any flash. As far as injector pin marks go, so you'll notice actually what's good, even though this is an old kit, most of the injection pins have been punched out here, not on the actual parts, which is fantastic. These all look nicely detailed. These are the brakes. Yeah, I mean, if there's a photo etch kit out there and you really want to go to town, then I'd probably recommend that. You know, considering these are plastic, they're actually not bad. They're not too thick, and I think with some careful, clean up, they've got quite large sprue gates here. But they'll do the job. I guess if you're really detailing up the cockpit, perhaps people aren't going to notice the dive brakes anyway. But again, that's a good, clean, neat. You can see here there's a tiny bit of flash actually on those landing gears. You've actually got the sort of hydraulic cables though, which is nice. It's quite detailed, but careful clean up. They shouldn't really present too much of a problem there. Right, next bag. This seems to contain the engine, the main cockpit floor by the looks of things. We'll start with the cockpit floor, and that's nice. That's lovely detail on that. Again, I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, but you've got a lot of riveting, you've got cables. This in here is particularly fine. It's nice, it's clean, under a wash. It should bring out all those details. A bit of dry brushing maybe should bring out those details beautifully. It's lovely, really well done, nice piece. We then go on to the engine, or at least the first part here. Again, you know, for a kit part, it's pretty good, clean, nice, detailed, lovely actually. Then we've got some wheels, but obviously you won't be using these if you can use the resin, although they do come with weight on wheels, which is nice addition. Yeah, that's good. We've then got the horizontal stabilizers here, the radio parts actually. Again, I imagine this will be sanded down and replaced with photo etch, but even the kit part is pretty good. You know, if you didn't want to use the photo etch, you know, you could clean this up, you could paint that quite nicely. I think you'll do a good job. We've got some lovely detail here. They're nice parts, they're all good, they're all clean, crisp. Seats a little basic, but then again you're going to tart it up with a bit of photo etch. I don't think it's, sorry, it's not going to focus on that for some reason. There we go. But that looks pretty good. Nice. No, there's no horrible injection pins that I've seen anywhere so far that will cause you a problem. You've got a bomb there, quite nicely detailed. Looks good. Go on to the last bag. There's 2 sprues in here again. That's oh nice. Yeah, we got our propeller. Looks in good. There's no horrible sink marks like you sometimes get. The engine wiring, nice actually. Again, a nice bit of detail for a kit engine. You know, potentially you wouldn't need to worry about a resin for that unless you really wanted to open up the sort of engine compartment and show the engine off. Then you might want to think about resin, but under normal circumstances I think it's going to do the job nicely. No, that's good. Then last of all, we've got a couple of bits here, fairly important. The main chassis, the main body. Again, nice recessed panel lines, although very few rivets. Now, I have a feeling the Dauntless, if you look at it, actually had quite a lot of rivets. So again, depending on how super detailed you want to go, how mad, you might want to get the old rivet tool out and get some reference material, get a bit of riveting going on. But I mean, other than that, it's nice. You know, it's the recessed panel lines are good. They're not overscale or anything. I don't think. They look pretty good. Should take a wash nicely. Unfortunately, you can't position any of the parts here because they're fitted, although you might be able to cut it off if you wanted to position it slightly. And then we've got some engine cowling bits here and a few final bits and bobs. Here you can see the original, I don't know how well you can see that, that's the original machine gun, but actually it's actually pretty good. Again, for the scale, sorry the camera's not picking up particularly well, even for a plastic part it's pretty good, quite detailed. Okay, let's get on to the clear parts first, then we get on to the extra goodies. In fact, it does actually say on the bags, I've just noticed here, accurate miniatures. Okay, clear parts, they're pretty good. Masking should be fairly easy because you've got reasonable ridges here. Not the clearest parts I've seen in the world, but nevertheless quite nice. Interestingly, your original instrument panel here is all clear. Obviously, again, I imagine this will be sanded. Well, it'll be sanded down, and the photo etch parts will be stuck to it. But they're not bad, you know, as clear parts go. I think, you know, if you're going to expose the cockpit and have these open anyway, I don't think there'll be too much of an issue. A little bit of flash, but nothing untoward there. They're not bad. Look under here, yeah, it's quite distorted, but yeah, not bad. Right, now the extras. This is why we buy Eduard kits a lot of the time. It's all the extra little goodies you get. Masks, I'm not going to get them out. Most of you have probably seen them, used them. they do the job, particularly when you get a complex glazing. I think they're really quite handy. Kind of photo etch, again, fairly standard stuff with Eduard kits. Nice, can't really complain about that. They're not the self-adhesive type, good. They should do the job nicely. And we've then got a little bit of extra photo etch there, brass type, for various bits and pieces in the actual, I would just imagine most of this is still in the cockpit probably. That looks nice. Let's have a quick look at the resin parts we've got here, the resin parts. You've got two wheels. Lovely, you know, again nice. There's a lot more detail to them. They're a much better tread pattern. In fact, I think the kit ones, the kit ones come in no tread pattern whatsoever. I'm not sure which is correct, whether there should be a tread pattern or not, but these still look infinitely better than the original kit parts. That's just again the same part. There's our tail wheel. Again, it's a little bit better than obviously the kit part. We've then got our sort of hubs. There's two types of hubs. I didn't notice in the instructions which ones are for which, but I'm sure it tells us. We've then got the machine gun, which we need to be quite careful with this. Again, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up. It's nice, although as I say, the kit part itself actually wasn't bad at all really. Sorry about this. There we go, focused in. Nice, that's very nice. Good, it's still a good replacement for the kit part. You need a little bit of clean up, but it's nice. And then we've got some other little lumps and bumps, which is all part of this gun setup. Oh, that's pretty good. Nothing much wrong with those. And then let's have a quick look at the instructions here. Wow. Now, cartograph. Now, these are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They're really, really glossy, so they should go down with almost no silvering. I don't understand why cartograph can print decals like this Eduard, but when you come to buy the Airfix kits, they got those horrible matte or satin finish. Don't get me wrong, they're good decals still, but they never go down quite as well as these. You know, you think cartograph would make, or Airfix would say, right, we want the same quality, because these gloss ones are, and I've done a few Eduard kits and these are really good. They go down without any problem at all normally, and these don't look like they're going to be any different, or any exception to any of the others. They're really shiny, really sharp and lovely. As I say, you know, it shouldn't take you long to put these on the kit. There's very few stencils, but the colours are really, really nice. Really good set of decals. Fantastic. Cool. Well, I think that's pretty much it for that kit. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.